As far as Sergio Oliva versus Arnold Schwarzenegger, the primary thing Sergio Oliva was missing was strictly biceps. If you were to switch biceps, and that's not to be confused with arms, which include triceps, if you were to switch biceps, Sergio Oliva, provided he entered contests in sharp enough condition, would win every time. It's hard to appreciate in this photo how much better Schwarzenegger's biceps are, because you look at the photo on the left of Sergio Oliva's arms, and what you're mainly looking at is the length of the insertions on Sergio's arms. He has long biceps, which are good, and also the height of the tricep, where you can see the delineation between the lower part of the bicep and the top of the tricep. The top of the tricep to the bottom of the tricep is taller on Sergio than it is on Schwarzenegger. And if you were to switch, in this example, if you were to put Schwarzenegger's biceps onto Sergio's arms, I mean, it looks ridiculous. It looks like the biceps were stretched out to make them taller, but they weren't. And of course, there's no compensation on this for Schwarzenegger's height. He is a few inches taller than Sergio. But look at the biceps on this. That's not photoshopped to make them any taller than they are. And it just looks ridiculous. It looks the most out of proportion biceps or arms in general on anybody in human history. If you put Schwarzenegger's biceps onto Sergio Oliva's arms. And that's because Schwarzenegger had more three-dimensionality to his biceps. This photograph has equal lighting on both subjects because they're in the same room. And the delineation between the bicep and tricep on Schwarzenegger is so much sharper on Schwarzenegger than it is on Sergio Oliva. And if you're just used to thinking of bicep length and bicep height as contributing to the way the biceps are shaped, it's also three-dimensionality from the front to the back, and that separation between the bicep and tricep on Schwarzenegger, plus just above it there's a darker shadow that leads to a highlight. The darker shadow is like a shelf hanging over before you even get to the separation between the bicep and tricep. I mean, there's no comparison. Not to say that Sergio Oliva wasn't great, he was, but the point is there's so much going on with Schwarzenegger's biceps, and there was so much that Sergio had that is just unmatched to this day. If you were to simply just put Schwarzenegger's bicep on Sergio Oliva's arm, or even reverse them, that would, if you reverse them, put Sergio's bicep onto Schwarzenegger's arm, Schwarzenegger would be greatly diminished. And it's not just the lighting in that photo. You can see it in every photo of Sergio Oliva, and you can see it in every photo of Schwarzenegger. Sergio's biceps from front to back, that axis front to back as opposed to left to right and top to bottom, front to back, is very flat on Sergio Oliva. Plus the height dimensions of Sergio's arm didn't match Schwarzenegger's. But you can see clearly in some photos of Schwarzenegger in every single lighting condition that he had that front to back aspect, as well as enough width to the bicep, left to right, good insertions, not too narrow of a bicep, not too tendinous of a bicep. He had long enough muscles. Plus, Schwarzenegger had the height. Sergio had everything, including biceps. But the point is, Schwarzenegger had such freakiness to the bicep. If you were to take that away from Schwarzenegger and give him, Callum von Moger or something, or Frank Zane's bicep, or Sergio Oliva's bicep, he wouldn't be who he is today. Conversely, if you were to give Schwarzenegger's bicep over to Sergio, he'd be by far the dominant bodybuilder.